Sagittarius. Welcome to Cosmic Mirror Tarot. I am the Chariot, and this will be your timeless love reading. Yay! I haven't done love readings in so long just because, y'all, when I first started my channel and I did it, it was during, there were multiple, it was like Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and I think Jupiter retrograde. There was like way too many planets in retrograde, and it was just drama, y'all. Like, it was exhausting. And so I have kind of avoided love reading since then. But the issue and the topic of relationships keep coming up in my readings, so I figured let's just do a specific love reading and see what happens. All right. For these readings, I'll be doing a 5-card spread, so it'll be your most recent past, present energy, future energy, divine influence, subconscious, and then we'll pull from the bottom of the deck for what you don't see coming. All right. All right, Saggy. Let's see what we got for you. So, to start, your most recent past is the 4 of Wands. Your current energy is the 7 of Swords. Your future energy is the 8 of Swords. Divine influence is the Queen of Pentacles. And your subconscious is the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, or what you don't see coming, is the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Tower. Okay, Saggy. Let's see. All right, Saggy. I feel like this reading is going to be pretty specific to someone out there because the what you don't see coming of the High Priestess and the Tower together can talk about broken pride and disaster creates an environment of upheaval and change that's needed. Now, what's the change that's needed? You have the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords in this reading together. The 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords from a Kabbalah perspective together really talks about victimhood, right? It constantly, and we're doing a love reading, so in the from the perspective of a relationship, constantly being in a state of victimhood, thinking that everyone's out to get you, everyone lies, everybody cheats, blah, 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 blah. I want to read something from, this book is called The Tarot and the Gates of Light by Mark Horn. This is the book that I get a lot of my Kabbalah interpretations for my readings. And there's a paragraph in here about the 7 and the 8 of Swords that I feel like is important. Often such victims appeal to others to help save them from some situation, but then find a way to refuse help or sabotage the effort because it will change the narrative they live by. Even worse, on the personal level, some who suffer from this dynamic attract people who are bullies. You've probably seen people in relationships that fit this description. What I loved about this paragraph is it says it will change the narrative they live by. Sometimes, especially if we have extensive childhood traumas or PTSD from a past relationship. I see you have the 4 of Wands in the past, so this could be in reference to either a marriage or a long-term commitment that you were in. We wear the wounds of those past traumas as our shield, and we're the only people who can break that wall or get rid of that shield that's blocking our forward movement. And so that's, a lot of times we create this narrative of, well, I was hurt in the past and it's just going to happen again, right? Or that's really what I wanted to call attention here. Now, a couple of questions that you can ask yourself to help heal this wound is, do you see yourself as a victim anywhere in your life? Have you ever used victim status to excuse something you did or said? Who would you be without a story of victimization? I think that that is some very thought-provoking questions to ask yourself. To be honest with you, I don't see a relationship here. Saggy, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I feel like I'm talking to someone who is either single, dating, with the Seven of Swords energy. You may even be dating around, not really committed. There is the energy around you of the Queen of Pentacles, which is committed, right? But I'm honestly with it's pinging off of the Ace of Pentacles in your subconscious. I'm honestly getting here more of you are committed to your pentacles. And another thing that's interesting about the Seven of Swords, and it's on most Seven of Swords in most decks, he's carrying 5 swords, but there's 2 swords behind him. And it's supposed to represent, those are the 2 things in your life that maybe you really need to take a look at, you really need to deal with, but instead of dealing with it, instead of looking at it, you kind of play with the other 5 swords, right? You keep yourself busy, you keep yourself distracted from dealing with the real issue, which is possibly victimhood, right? And shame and guilt that's in the back. And I feel like at the energies at this time, Spirit is providing you with financial stability and security so that you can now either seek a therapist, or I'm just hearing like a need for therapy at this time. So if you have a little extra funds and this kind of victim mentality is resonating with you, I feel like Spirit wants you more focused on your mental health and removing some of your own walls and blockages than they want you focused on love at this time, Sagittarius. Okay? All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get some clarifiers out. So let's see. Spirit, can you give me something on the Seven of Swords? We have the Three of Swords reversed. Yeah. Finding forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving the past person who hurt you. I know it can be hard, especially depending on what the trauma was, right? But it's absolutely necessary in you moving forward and having a new story for yourself. Only you have the power to create a new story. And hold on, one of the cards flew. So let's see what this one is. You have the Four of Coins, which represents that blocked energy, you know, blocking your heart chakra, holding back your emotions, and the Ace of Wands reverse. I'm getting a sense of someone who, you know, is maybe bored, is lacking creativity, is feeling like their life is kind of like meh. Spirit is saying with this downtime, work on your healing. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles is the Hanged Man and the Five of Cups. Yeah, I felt the Five of Cups with that Ace of Wands being in reverse. And the Hermit reverse. Saggy. I'm feeling the sadness. I'm feeling the sacrifice. But Spirit wants you to take your shadow work just a step deeper. Okay, with this Hermit being in the reverse. It's almost like you're too outside, you're too distracted. And they want you more internal. Okay? Clarifying the Four of Wands is the Nine of Pentacles reverse, the Ten of Wands reverse, and the Seven of Wands reverse. Codependency. Not sticking up for yourself. It's interesting that this is clarifying the Four of Wands. I mean, I don't know if this was a previous marriage where there was a codependent relationship that you had, or a long-term commitment, take it as it resonates, where you had a codependent kind of relationship with this person. And maybe you lacked the ability to really stand up for yourself, and so now you're just kind of like kicking yourself over and over again about like what you didn't do. But that's in the past. I'm almost getting a feeling here of someone who doesn't realize that that energy is past, right? Like you're now in new energy. You're now, you've moved away from this Four of Wands, right? You moved away from that relationship. And so Spirit, but it's almost as if your mind hasn't. Do you follow me, Saggy? And Spirit wants you more focused on your future, right? Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles is the King of Wands, the Fool, and Death. I got something there, but clarifying the Eight of Swords is Strength, the Three of Coins reverse, one more, and the Queen of Swords reverse. Death in the Tower in the same reading can talk about something that is done. Remember I was saying in the, like, I feel like you don't realize energetically that this victimhood mentality is done. You're still in Eight of Swords energy, and you're still going to be in Eight of Swords energy. Probably, I'm getting like maybe through the winter, with Strength following it, and maybe Leo season, so the second half of next year, before you actually come out of that. I'm also getting an omen here. Take it as it resonates. There could be a Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the Queen of Swords is an air sign. So a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Queen of Swords in the reverse is a very, very vindictive, mentally abusive, mentally and verbally abusive energy. With the Three of Coins being underneath it, Spirit in reverse, Spirit is being adamant. This person does not need to be in your energy. They're asking you to be strong at this time against this person, because they contribute to whatever this Eight of Swords energy is. And so in a way, Saggy, they're as much as a part of where you are emotionally and spiritually right now is of your own making, right? Because we talked about the victimhood. There is also a need to logically look at the energies around you, right? Are there people who put you down? Are there people who you feel like Seven of Wands in the reverse, like you're walking on eggshells, you can't really stick up for yourself, it's always some shit, the person is always upset, the person is always saying something rude to you, right? Like that sort of energy, Spirit is like, get that out of your space, right? Like, yes, that is something that you can control and actually get out of your space. But all these people do, if you continue to have these people in your energy, all they do is confirmation bias, right? Just confirm your victimhood mentality. Confirms the everybody does me wrong. Every relationship is shit. All men are shit. All women are shit. Like, right? Like, and so they're saying, no, stand up for yourself. Be strong. Cut this energy out, right? Your subconscious, I love your subconscious of the King of Wands. That's you in as a court card, right? The Fool and Death. The Fool and Death is really about major change. So your subconscious is thinking about this, right? Your subconscious is there. It just hasn't shown up in your energy yet. And I feel like it's because you still have to flesh out through therapy, probably, some of this victim mentality, and also get rid of some of these other energies that, you know, don't deserve to be there. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog running around. He just found his favorite toy and is going ham. What else? Let's see. Spirit, do you have, I don't feel complete in that. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius? We got family room. False person. Marriage. I feel like I don't remember what sign I was telling this to, but I was basically describing like all relationships, whether they're karmic or whatever, like even karmic relationships are destined, okay, right? The whole point of that, I think it was Taurus. The whole point of a karmic relationship is to get us to grow. The reason why I call this Cosmic Mirror Tarot is because, you know, I had my epiphany one day going through it with my ex, right? That every person, every issue that I encountered with him was a mirror into the things, my shadow pieces of me that I didn't want to look at, right? He constantly cheated. He constantly lied. He constantly was in and out, right? He never showed me any respect or blah, 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 blah. And that's because I had no respect for myself, right? That's because I was lying to myself about what love is, right? And I feel, and I say all that because I feel like, for example, if you were married to someone and they cheated, they lied, they, you know, had a baby on you, were a drug addict or alcoholic, or like, just think the craziest of crazy karmic situations. The point of that was to help you grow. Ammo. Sorry about that. That was the point. And Spirit doesn't want you necessarily ruminating over and over again on what happened to you. Instead, they want you to look at, what did I learn? How am I continuing to play the victim, right? How can I forgive? How can I move forward? Again, your subconscious is very, very strong at this time. And I almost want to swap out your subconscious for your future position. I feel like your future position is still, when it comes to relationships, it's still not great. And I think Spirit almost wants you single, right? And dealing with this versus going out there and dating. But your subconscious is in the right place, Saggy. It's beautiful. You're looking ahead. You're looking at the future. You want a new beginning. You want, you know, you're focused on your pentacles. You're focused on your stability. You're focused on, you know, you have the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles kind of playing off of each other. Like, that's beautiful, beautiful, solid, you know, passionate, leader-like energy, right? But you gotta do some more shadow work around the guards that you put up. Okay? Alright. With that being said, let's go ahead and see what your, I feel complete in that now. I didn't before. Let's see what your gods and guides have to say about this, and then we will close out your reading, okay? You have Aphrodite, eternal love. I love that for you. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and read from the book. All right. Aphrodite rises from the sea to bring pure feminine blessings and lessons. Her radiance showering upon you like rose crystal waterfall. She takes you in her temple, attuning your energy to her rose quartz healing. Laying pink roses at your feet, her priestesses anoint your body with rose oil. Aphrodite says, "Beloved, see yourself as I see you, as an everlasting expression of the divine. Heal those old wounds of not beautiful or not lovable enough. Look into my mirror and see your true essence. Your relationships echo your relationships with yourself and the goddess. As you practice loving yourself, so you'll see this rebirth of self-love reflected back to you by your partner, friends, family, and the entire world. Renew your trust, as love never truly leaves. Your heart has a different healing pattern from your mind. So if you're in the process of heartbreak, listen to what your heart is saying. Create a fresh temple of love with a vibration that honors you. My spirit is breathing excitement and passion into your heart. A new cycle of love awaits. Additional meanings. A new relationship is trustworthy, so open your heart. Amplify the romance in your life with simple gestures like buying flowers for yourself or surprise for your loved ones. Book a pampering treatment to reflect your inner beauty and self-worth. Meditation. I cherish myself and create beautiful relationships. I love that. I think it accurately touched on what we were speaking about, specifically about your relationships echo your relationships with yourself. It's exactly what we've been talking about this whole time. Also, I want to say for my divine feminines, but my divine masculines can do this as well. When I was dealing with my own shadow work around my past relationship, one of the things that one of my spiritual teachers had me do at the time was create a love altar for myself. So it was basically a space in my room with pictures, my favorite pictures of myself, like just me, right? And flowers, put some rose quartz there, and I had a little mirror there, and that's actually where I did my morning affirmations, right? Of like, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am wise, I am healthy, I am wealthy, right? And so what I was doing was energetically pumping as well into myself by looking in the mirror and saying those things. But in my to my love altar, I was also energetically putting that energy, right? So of course, the feeling that I got every time that I stepped in front of that, self-love altar was, warm and fuzzy and just right. So for whatever reason, Spirit wanted me to share that. So that's a little kind of witchy trick that you can do also if you're trying to explore self-love. Alright, Saggy, that's all that I have for you today. If this video resonated, please give it a thumbs up, and I will check back in with you guys in a week when I do my 2023 predictions, so definitely be here for that. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye.